I still see black men being shot, black bodies lying in the street. I still smell smoke and see fire. I still see black businesses being burned. I still hear airplanes flying overhead. I hear the screams. I have lived through the massacre every day. Our country may forget this history, but I cannot.
There's still no hospital in North Tulsa. It was never rebuilt. The land that belonged to Black landowners was taken by the city, never given back. The city still has possession of much of that land. So this is about the continued harm. It may have started with the massacre, but there has been ongoing harm to this community for over 100 years that has kept it from rebuilding.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
to be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master ice. And living the true gods, giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or either one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
All right, welcome once again to the beatzillapdx official show. I am your host, beatzillapdx officially, and this is the weekly wrap up, and we are here with you live and direct, family. Hopefully everybody is doing well this Friday evening. Thank you for tuning in. As you are coming in, please hit that like button, hit that share button. If you are watching on X, formerly known as Twitter, hurry up and get over here to the YouTube channel if you can, and subscribe, and get over here and give this video a like as well, because there's been I got some emails that's saying that Twitter streaming is having an issue. So if you're streaming on X, not guaranteed that the broadcast will stay solid for the entire broadcast. Who knows? But just forewarning you. So, and you should do this anyway as common practice. Just come on over here to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe, like this video, comment on an old video if you are watching the replay. And then, of course, hit that notification bell, hit the word all. That way you'll be notified anytime this channel goes live or a video is uploaded. And if you really want to, you can also become a member of this channel and support and be a part that way. Because as my members know, some of these videos will definitely air first in the members only area. And then there will be some things in the members area that will just be that. So with that being said, Trump found guilty. Now let's talk about reparations. And that's the conversation for this evening. But first and foremost, let's see who we have in the chat thus far. And it looks like we have more people watching right now than are in the chat. So maybe y'all watching on TV. So shout out and salute to y'all for watching on the big screen right now. Lady Effa in the house, Black First family, I appreciate you for being here. Thank you for being here on this Good Friday evening, Lady Effa. And also thank you for being a member. Appreciate you. David Boyd in the house, Black First, and shalom to Beatzilla PDX mods and chat. Thank you, David Boyd, for being in the building as well, coming from the Bronx. Thank you, my brother, Black First. And we got our sister Judah Queen in the building. Thank you for being here, my good sister Judah Queen. Hopefully everything is all good and well with you and yours. Thank you for being a member, moderator, and long-term voice out here battling in these cyber streets for Black empowerment. Always appreciate you. You said you're not feeling well, but you had to be here. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, indeed. Oh, I already know how that autocorrect thing go. I appreciate you for being here. We have Antithesis in the building. Thank you for being here as well, Black First. And we have Lynette Williams in the building. Thank you for being here as well. I appreciate you. And let's see. Oh, we have, I'll come back to you, Sister Miriam. We have Rhonda Smith in the building. Happy Friday, y'all. Thank you for being here, Black First. And we got our good sister Miriam R in the building. Good to see you as always, my good sister, Black First. Peace and prosperity. Thank you, my good sister, as always. And thank you for holding down the moderator position as well and being a voice out here in these grassroots streets. And let me see. I got to shout out some folks here. We have Black Truth. Thank you for the CashApp donation. I appreciate that. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. I did see that. Let me see here. And Antithesis also, thank you for your blessing as well. Thank you for that donation on Cash App. I appreciate you. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours as well. And yes, indeed. Let me see. I think that is it over there. Because of course I have to look in another device. Let me see. Let me just make sure I don't miss nobody. Yes, indeed. We had Antithesis last week as well. And our good sister Star, some chick named Star. Salute to all of y'all. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on all of you. And we got dark skinned brother in the building with the super chat as well. I appreciate that, my brother. Thank you for being here and being a member and moderator, and also holding down multiple moderator duties in these new Black media streets. I appreciate you, my brother. Black first. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours as well. All right, so let's see who else we got in the house. Oh, we got our good sister Black Spider in the building. There you go. Wait, let me get you back up there. Black Spider in the house. Salute to you. Thank you. And salute up to this I-5 corridor connection. Black first. And thank you for being a member as well. And we got our good brother Derek Parker in the building from Little Rock, Arkansas. Black first family. I got a lot of family in Arkansas. Both of my grandparents on my mother's side were from Arkansas. We got one who cares in the building. Good evening, Beatzilla and Mods in chat. Yes, indeed. Speaking of Arkansas, we still got land down there. Good, but yes, indeed. Good evening, one who cares. I thank you so much for being here, Black First. And we got our good sister Lois Hub in the building. Shout out to you. I am here about to clock into that plantation. I know that's right. So you can hear us on the go. Black First, Black First, Black First. I appreciate you for being here. And we got our good sister Tasha Peters in the building. Thank you for being here. No replay tonight. Thank you. I appreciate you. Good. I'm glad you can make a live. Appreciate it. And thank you for being part of the team replay and also making this live. I appreciate it. And we got Black Spider with the super sticker. Thank you, Black Spider, for the super sticker. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you and yours, my good sister. Appreciate it. And we got dark skinned brother with another super chat. You're welcome, Beatzilla, my warrior brother. Keep putting in that work, King. I appreciate it, my good brother. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you and yours. Because we are all we got. You know? Yes, indeed. Yes, sir. You said, yes, sir. Shout out to the family. Brother, that's a blessing to have. Yes. Yes, indeed. I believe we're closer to that Delta area. So, you know, I believe there's still and this is how, this is one of the things that you culture that you literally, you literally still have old, like, shacks. Like the old shack in our family is still standing. Porch and all, screened in porch and everything. You know, you could tell that house wasn't built in 19 nothing. Oh, you said, is that a green screen, Tasha Peters? Is that a green screen of Joe Biden? No, that's just a screenshot from the recent speech he did in Philadelphia. So the what I played, I believe, was that Wednesday. This is a screenshot and speech. And then, of course, on the right is good old Trump, who's just recently got convicted. And I want to talk about that because there's some things that I noticed while following, not really heavily this case, but there's some things that remember how white supremacy works. It takes both sides of the argument. And I don't think we need to look at this moment as being too different. What are the elements that we are looking at with this particular case? We are looking at one thing we're looking at is how this now will be the most polarizing attention grabber going into this next election. Outside of black votes. Do y'all understand what I'm saying to you? In since 2016 to now, your voices are as loud as a president being convicted of 34 felonies. Give yourselves a round of applause, because you earned it. I just wanted to put that in perspective for y'all. Y'all know, y'all see what you have done. That's why they mad. Why you think them tethers is so burnt? And you got people like Fat Joe blocking everybody right at the point to when what happens? Oh, Tariq's movie comes out. Wow, imagine that. Microphone check. And I believe that is now up on Amazon. I'm sure it's up on his website as well. You know, I know, of course, buying direct is good, but also buying on Amazon records those sales. So I don't know which way the brother wants to go with his distribution of it, but just the point of it, Fat Joe was so bothered. Doesn't this tell you that Fat Joe believed the system had more power than the people? Doesn't that tell you he believed that? So that's not no person that's for the culture. He's for his own cause, which he really always has been. And again, did he not really do the puffy thing when Big Pun passed? Did Fat Joe not pull the puffy and spin that for a whole career for himself? Josh Peter said he blocked you. Well, if he blocking everybody that remotely close looks like they represent FBA. So if you look like you might be one of the FBAs, the FBA, then you already know you getting blocked. But the important part here is to know that Fat Joe really had nowhere to turn, because again, now all of that trying to water down our culture and call our culture something else. Call the products of our hands and of our minds and of our souls and spirits something else. And family, I am so glad and salute to all of you for not allowing that to happen. So again, for those of you over here on YouTube, and for those of you on X right now, give yourselves a round of applause. Because see, Fat Joe, this is what lets you know that the voice of the people is that powerful. He got the backing of the system. And now he has to block everybody because no one bowed to that lie. Not only that, though, you have now multiple documentaries coming out about music. There's a funk documentary that came out a few years ago that was mainly filmed. It was filmed here and a few other places, referring to funk music and how the origin of funk is coming from gospel, and then going into the origins of gospel from actual gospel musicians and funk musicians down to Bootsy Collins, Okay, so there we are. Hey, everybody, I am here. So like I said, down to Bootsy Collins, which I've had the pleasure to record with. Salute to me. Oh Oh, and another person I had a chance to record with, whose birthday is actually next week as well as mine. We're on the same day. That would be I'll Be Sure. Me and him, it's funny, somebody that actually you share birthdays with, and you know that beforehand. And then subsequently, brother came to town, was heard what we was working on, was like, I need to get on y'all record. So hopped on the record, and the rest is history. So salute to I'll Be Sure. Funny how all the circumstances and have happened. I'm telling you, some of the things that you see about the industry and political scheming. I mean, so for people who most likely normally would probably be living in DC to see some of this stuff, you live in some of these random hubs with some of these offices of the government that most people don't even know exist. That's why they're in random places like this. You see a lot. You see a lot. Y'all remember that Universal Music Group was trying to get Drake and get Kendrick Lamar to squash the beef and apologize to Drake? It wasn't for the community or the culture, but it was for the businesses attached to Drake. Just want y'all just kind of setting the tone, letting y'all know how things work out here, because everything that you see ain't necessarily all that it is supposed to be. Said all that to get right back to the point of what this judge in this case has done. And what he did was he threw an okie doke in this case. So right now you have a conviction that will stand as it is, because there's no other court to look at this ruling. Once this case gets examined by, I guess that would be the courts of appeals, this case is going to be quickly overturned, because there's some things that the judge did right at the when the jury's going to deliberate. Like, okay, so you did your duty as a Democrat, but you also did your duty to your race. If you guys have never heard that before, it's because you guys have never heard white supremacists talk amongst themselves. One thing that they are very, 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 very major on is maintaining or fulfilling their duty to their race. That's why you might see some of these white women who predominantly date black men but still have white children, may have a white son, completely date black men, but they got that one white kid. That's what I'm talking about. That's them being on code. So fulfilling your duty to your race is, number one, procreating. That's why they're so gung-ho against abortions. Now, here's the thing you have to add to the mix and consider. You have a lot of these white-looking identifying individuals who come from these other cultures, who the very first thing that they're going to do at the sign of trouble is go get them a legal abortion. Because they didn't come to America to get tied down with no baby, being a single mom. So you understand, but for these good old boys over here, that culture has now spread over into their culture. Just like this third world hood rat culture has grafted itself into ours. And everybody said, well, this is who black people are. No, the hell it ain't. No. No, that's not all of us. Don't put us in that category, please. You understand how they do? Let's see. Looks like we have some more folks come on in. We got Dominique Devereaux in the building. Yes, Steve. How I ran, I got popped. It is the first pop there. Oh, okay. Try to come in the chat. It was a campaign. I saw that. I saw it on my end too. like on because I like to have another device regular going outside of the studio. And I saw that was the very first thing that came up. I'm like, what? So yeah, again, yeah. Thank you for that. Disclaimer: I don't support Joe Biden. Don't know why that there's a Joe Biden ad running at the beginning of this video, which is kind of ironic. So I guess to be fair, RBJ in the building, South Carolina in the house. Shout out, salute to you, brother. Appreciate you for being here. Black first as always. Well, I guess we have to be fair now, don't we? So in all fairness, since YouTube is going to shove one candidate down your throat, to which you're going to see why we don't rock with them, but we don't rock neither one of them. So this is not a pro-MAGA, we're pro-MAGA. No, the Republicans and Trump are Republicans and Trump. The Democrats and Joe Biden pass themselves off as friends of the Black community and that they are really for us, and they are not. That's the problem. A friend with a knife in our back. So without further ado, here's the latest Donald Trump ad.
Here today. Earlier this afternoon, Donald Trump was arraigned by a Manhattan grand jury on 34 counts.
This case is an abomination. You know, it's obviously political. 7 years to try to come up with this case. They're just wrong on the law.
The only crime that Donald Trump is being prosecuted for is the crime of president.
Political persecution at the highest level.
They've quite frankly given up on trying to beat it at the polls. You're going to steal it or stop it by law firm.
A Democrat prosecutor elected on a Get Trump platform.
What's going on here is disgusting discrimination. It is war on Trump. It is war on the Republican Party. And it is a war on the Republic.
This is the weakest case I've seen in 60 years of teaching, practicing, and writing about criminal law.
And I doubt the New York indictment would have been brought against a defendant whose name was not Donald Trump.
This judge, I mean, you don't need a prosecutor if you have a judge like this. This judge is not on the level.
It's a terrible case, but the judge has been pretty much a rubber stamp on everything that Bragg wanted to do.
They're perverting the system of justice. You know, that's where the danger lies. The corruption and subversion of our institutions by the left.
This is the Democrats' entire strategy to confine President Trump to a dirty criminal court, keep him off the campaign trail where he can bring his winning message to voters across this country.
New York has become a legal banana republic. They are so determined to get Donald Trump.
Look, convicting Donald Trump, that's all they have.
I think they have no cards, and they're depending upon Trump getting convicted.
That Trump train doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
The only verdict that matters is the verdict at the ballot box.
Wow. Wow. And StreamYard, get your studio together, please. Goodness, was that as choppy on y'all end as it was for me? Good grief. Well, anyway, that was his spiel. But with that being said, now getting right on into the Trump case, like I said, there's some things about this that are very interesting. So first, let's start with he himself, who, this is what he had to say about it.
This was a disgrace. This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt. It's a rigged trial, a disgrace. They wouldn't give us a venue change. We were at 5% or 6% in this district, in this area. This was a rigged, disgraceful trial. The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people. And they know what happened here, and everybody knows what happened here. You have a Soros-backed DA, and the whole thing. We didn't do a thing wrong. I'm a very innocent man. And it's okay. I'm fighting for our country. I'm fighting for our Constitution. Our whole country is being rigged right now. This was done by the Biden administration in order to wound or hurt an opponent, a political opponent. And I think it's just a disgrace. And we'll keep fighting. We'll fight till the end and we'll win, because our country's gone to hell. We don't have the same country anymore. We have a divided mess. We're a nation in decline, serious decline. Millions and millions of people pouring into our country right now from prisons and from mental institutions, terrorists, and they're taking over our country. We have a country that's in big trouble. But this was a rigged decision right from day one with a conflicted judge who should have never been allowed to try this case, never. And we will fight for our Constitution. This is long from over. Thank you very much.
Why should voters vote for
Yes, indeed. Patricia Slade in the building. Thank you for being here. Black First, Jersey City in the building. I know what you meant. Yes, indeed. Thank you for being here on this Friday evening. Hate him or like him, that part, he's kind of right. I mean, you can't beat him in the ballot box at this point. It's looking dire. This is how bad a campaign. So you go after trying to keep him from running. That's insane. But nonetheless, this has been the move. And with this case, it's just odd. It just makes no sense to me. But there was some things, like I said, there's some things done that really, really stand out to me as, I think this is the okie doke. It works for getting, for dealing with the Negro problem, the Negro publicity problem. And here's another thing they're throwing out there. Oh, well, Biden has an issue with black voters over how he's handling Israel and Palestine. I just checked one of them Palestinian accounts earlier today about when because as a matter of fact, it's on the video that I played at the opening of the broadcast talking about the Tulsa victims. They trying to add and trying to mesh in some talk about Palestine. How disrespectful. And it's time that we let these individuals know and these other groups know trying to hijack something like that with your agenda is deplorable and disrespectful. And we should reject that fervently at every hand. You understand what I'm saying? That we don't need to let that one ride. Oh, no. No. But like I said, there's something about this case that ain't sitting well, or, well, not necessarily well. It just doesn't seem legal. And so let's hear, again, Fox News is probably going to be the go-to in this particular case because everybody else is, all those other networks are DNC networks. And there were some things that I heard here in my homes, in my city, on the like our radio local commentators here, and they point out the same thing that he's pointing out. And so just catch this because this is interesting.
Well, let me ask you about the three choices. And one thing in particular that this judge said that these jurors could do. He just delivered what is being called really the pinnacle of all of this. He said that there is no need to agree on what has occurred. They can disagree on what the crime was among the three choices. Thus, this means that they could split 4-4-4, and the judge would still treat them unanimously. What?
Now, with that being said, they keep telling you that he was judged by. No, notice the thing that they are running out there to say. He was judged by 12 of his peers. And they here's the statute of a criminal case. You need, they keep running out here telling you, to get this criminal charges means 12 people had to agree unanimously that he was guilty. That's what they're selling. However, you heard what the judge actually instructed. He'll take a 4-4-4 split and call it a conviction. That no longer applies to a criminal case. That would only apply to the misdemeanor case, to which the statute of limitations to prosecute those very same 34 charges was up in 2019. This is 2024. That little move that he did now would be coming into question if Trump's rights were violated or not. Because Trump was supposed to get 12 agreeing that he's guilty, not a three-way split. 4-4-4? You have 4 for different groups, but you're going to call it a conviction? That's an even split. Not a hung jury. Conviction. And you got these bootlicks out here, man, they tap dancing their tails off today. Oh, man. Oh, we got him. Oh, they finally got him. Let me go back, just play you again what this judge done did.
He said that there is no need to delivered what is being called really the pinnacle of all of this. He said that there is no need to what the crime was among the three choices. Thus, this means that they could split 4-4-4 and the judge would still treat them unanimously. What does that?
They could split 4-4-4 and the judge can treat them as unanimously. And the media's running with that line.
Yeah. Well, it's really outrageous because in a normal criminal case, every statutory crime has what we call elements of the offense. Like in a bank robbery case, it's, you have to rob. It's got to be a financial institution. You have to show intent. Those are the things the jury has to agree on unanimously that they were proved beyond a reasonable doubt. Here, what we're doing is taking the element that actually makes this a felony, because remember, falsification of records is normally a misdemeanor in New York. What makes it a felony is that you're concealing or committing another crime. And here the judge is telling them they don't have to agree about what the crime is under circumstances where that not only is what makes this a felony, what makes it a 4-year potential prison penalty rather than a year or less, but it's also what gets us into the courtroom, because if this had been a misdemeanor, the time to bring this case would have lapsed in 2019. So the only...
This is such a bad case, it ain't funny. And these folks is out here just, oh, we got him, y'all. Yeah, he's finally going to prison. Do you hear how this judge just screwed y'all? He ain't going nowhere. And now this whole case has to be tossed out. I mean, so I guess for the time being, write it out that he's convicted technically. But this will not be long in deliberation on appeal. And no way, if this goes to the Supreme Court, does this even stand a chance at breathing. So, I mean, I guess live it up now. But in New York, because the judge is trying to be like, no bail. If he files for appeal, you have to give him bail. This is not no violent criminal, and there's no victim in the crime. Like, what y'all, 34 charges, convictions. He's convicted 34 convictions, and there's no victim. This sounds insane. And see, not that I'm a Trump advocate, but family, do you see what the law can be used to do? They can railroad anybody. But you just might want to be careful that there's a person that say, well, I think that this could kind of put some varnish and tarnish on, or some tarnishing on supremacy. Our image might not look so well. Well, my mistake. Now he's been grandiose and high-siding and doing all of this. I don't know how he, as a reputable judge, thinking that he's basically going to take the bottom out of this conviction and nobody notice it. But that's pretty much what he just did by agreeing to have, because like you just heard, you have to go with it has to be unanimous, or because what he broke it down to separate the cause. So y'all could just say he guilty, and you don't even have to agree on if he actually did it or not. What the hell? What kind of instruction is that? Oh, man. Oh, boy, that's crooked as hell, ain't it? And how does it work out for us, family? Cynthia Newman in the building. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here as well. I appreciate you. And in the mix radio, what's going on, Black First, my good brother? I appreciate you. Yes, indeed. And we got Rock Bush in the house, white on white justice. Yes, indeed. Thank you for being here. And, let's hear a little more of this.
The reason they're still able to bring this case is because it's a felony, allegedly, and yet now the judge is saying, you don't have to agree on what the felony is.
That part. If that ain't tanking this case, I don't know what is. It sounded like he just came through at the end and kept it on code. You see see, this is what I'm saying. Black folks get caught up in this, right and left and Democrat, Republican, and Republican, and this. That's not how supremacy works. If you have liberals, let's do this now. Let's do this now. For those of you who are watching, you need to hear your liberal friends agree with this point, or your liberal friends are just the same as those right-wing enemies of yours. So listen very closely to what the elder is about to say. And I want you to ask your liberal friends if they can agree with this notion as something we need to be doing.
We put it in the frame of reference. Everyone, when they talk about racism and white supremacy, should always start by saying that the focus, the objective should be replace white supremacy with justice. Those are the 5 basic words.
Ask them that. Ask them that. See if they got something to say when it comes down to you and your people. Let's see what's going to be there. One could guess. You know what I mean? Antithesis with this $2 super chat. Allegedly. Yeah, it's very much alleged now at this point. I mean, this judge is not that stupid. This judge is smart. And I think he was smart and cunning like a serpent. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours. Thank you for the super chat. Man. I mean, he kept it on code to hate your guts, Trump. But we can't be tarnishing our supremacy over here. So I'm gonna throw you a little bit. It's this little lifeline. Your lawyers ain't stupid. We have to feed you a little lifeline here. Clean it up. But in the meantime, my paymasters got what they wanted. George Soros could be mighty happy, allegedly. Hillary Clinton probably over there face in on some walnut juice and Casamigos, or walnut sauce and Casamigos, getting high with Iggy Pop. Don't mind me. I mean, but family, let's look at something. As there's Sandy Darity, him and his people have put out something. Well, first, before I get there, do y'all know since this conviction? It's crazy. But see, people, I'm telling you, whoever is advising folks in the Biden camp are idiots. They don't understand where things are right now, and it shows. 24 hours later, almost $53 million was raised online. In the 24 hours since crooked Joe Biden and his New York henchmen got their sham trial verdict, the Trump campaign has raised $52.8 million through the online digital fundraising platform. That's more than $2 million per hour. Something I want to point out. Do you think those people, see, there's a reason why Trump wasn't worried about the money he was raising. The one thing Trump knows is white America. Hands down, he knows, folks. And black people just cannot understand this. Why did all these white women vote for him and not Hillary? Stop listening to, like, if you are on the cusp of listening to grassroots and still trying to tiptoe over there into Rachel Maddow land and Al Sharpton and all of them types, stop listening to them folks. All they telling you is a bunch of nonsense. That is not the pulse of the people at all. And not only that, though, they are only there as black people representing a Democratic agenda, not black folks part of the Democrats representing a black agenda. There is a difference. Being black and being in the building does not mean that you are there for change. It could just mean you are there to be the help. And there's a lot of people that don't mind being the help. They make good money. We've seen the dude get outed about how his organization is to get money from the Democrats. But remember what I've told y'all a long time ago here. What did I say about that jam woman? So she ain't by herself, family. These are funding partners. That tells you that there is a lot of money going around out here, and they want to make sure that they disrupt the black agenda as it stands. I mean, so now you have to keep an eye on some of these folks. And if some people are kind of looking at some reparations folks funny because, you know, and I had to be honest, you know, sometimes the money might end up getting to these folks. And some of these people's integrity might be for sale. Because the people were able to force something somewhere into a position. But the people who now are representing the commissions and the coalitions for reparations, those people are also still vulnerable. It's another thing about protecting your own. Because with these folks can come out here and come with life-changing propositions. Only reality is most people don't know what to ask for. Kevin Samuels did. What Little Richard say? You got to know when the devil come a calling, and if you're doing anything, they'll come a calling. They're gonna look you dead in your face and ask you, "What do you want?" Just better know how big of a chunk you are really asking for. That's why ain't none of the powers that be gonna come around me asking me nothing, because they don't want my answer. I mean, think about it. People be wondering why some artists get shut down and blackballed and shut up. There's a reason. Because you might get on a hot mic with a crowded stage or Grammys or Oscars and start talking like this. I mean, now, if you over there twerking and doing all of this madness and yo, we smoking blunts over here on the stage. Look at me, man. We on the stage getting ripped, man. Hey, man, come on, man. Even if that's what you do, I don't understand why we need to be the face of any kind of promoting anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, do what you do. But what on earth is that have to do with how we are presented or how you choose to present yourself? Maybe I'm old school and we're just going to present ourselves in a respectful manner. Because, I do see some of these youngsters who believe we hating on a Sexy Red by saying it makes no sense that the BET Awards are giving her, got her 5 nominations for talking about her booty hole. And then you got all these other weirdos that come out, man, did y'all not have a problem with the WAP song? Have you just now fell out of the sky and started listening to the voices of new black media? We don't give a damn about no Cardi B, no Nicki Minaj, or any of your other raunchy artists out there. No. They don't represent this class. Now, you'll get a lot of these tethers out here, but that's black culture. No, it ain't. No, it's not. Sukihana's Nigeria. And a lot of these other folks are tethers. So, there is that. Now, another note. As a very interesting following. Let me see. Where is that? Okay. A very. So I will forewarn y'all now. There's a little bit of cussing in here. But yeah, so I guess there's something called Gays for Trump. And I guess the Gays for Trump were out there and they were really upset and distraught and heartbroken that Trump got convicted. And here's some of the response.
Okay, if they convict him, holy shit, he was found guilty. Holy fucking shit! Holy fucking shit, motherfucker! There is no justice in this country. Guilty. Not guilty. He's not guilty.
Sorry for all the cussing, family. Gays for Trump. That is just interesting, isn't it? That is interesting. Gays for Trump.
Piece of that shit. Why the con? He's shit and died. You're fucking motherfucking dead. Yeah.
So not that he really has a point, but very, very interesting fans. Brother, what the hell are you doing there? You out here with this crowd?
Where's your
First
family
off,
from?
Buck dancing, shuffling, scratching, bootlicking, bamboozling, Uncle Tom Negro.
this black head over here. Okay. And here's Granny.
It's over. How do you feel? Corruption. Tell me your reaction.
I'm shocked. I don't want to believe it. That's unbelievable.
What do you think about the verdict? They're doing this. Corruption. The judge means that they could do this to all of us.
She's only like 30, y'all. I don't know.
76. I'm fucking pissed. Calm down. No, he's one of us. And now they have only made the poll numbers go higher. I guarantee.
So is he Latinos for Trump? Wow. There's your coalition of coons. I mean, good grief. And then the one guy's just upset. What? But wait a minute. Who do we see in here in this background here? Y'all see this man back here? Oh, is that? Wait a minute. Let's okay. Let's do this the right way here. This one of her people? Is this one of her people? You over here like this, huh? Interesting.
See, that's what you're going to see coming next. The polls are going up.
Oh, and then also look at the Indians. And everybody over here talking about black folks. Look at that's the coalition right there. The black and brown and Hispanic and Indian.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
Donald Trump is going to win even harder. They're going to have to bring in Obama. They're going to Michelle Obama, Big Mike.
Did I see a shiny African? Oh man,
Where's your family from?
Brother. Look at my man's finger. And then look over his shoulder. Oh, that is classic. Take a screenshot, ladies and gentlemen. Tether. tether, racist tether. You got a tether quartet. Me. Ooh-wee. This is hilarious.
On August to try and fix things, but that's not going to work either. The numbers are going to go now. That it's over for Biden. It's over for Democrats. Fuck you, John Wall. You. We're in this country. We want a democracy. This is America. You railroaded this man. He committed no crimes. Fuck you. I'm mad as hell, they say.
So even the non-binary folks are damn mad. Whew. Upset.
I'm mad as hell. Let's take to the streets. Let's take to the fucking streets. I'm pissed. Let's take to the fucking streets. Good. Let's block traffic.
The shirt, though. I love Donald Trump. You got a problem with that, bitch. Case for Trump. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Here's another thing I want y'all to notice. Look at all that black and brown coalition back there. And then in between the two brown people over here, right behind him is a whole nother foreigner. There's a gang of foreigners out there. And then the one African dude. There was some suspect hairlines out there, but one of them brothers actually looked authentic. And for that brother, for even being out there around them people, man, you get one of these.
Sambo.
Wow. I'm damn mad. I'm mad as hell. He got railroaded, though. Okay, yeah. He did. He ain't the first person in America to go through that, though. I'll tell you that. Let me see. What else do I have with this? Okay, I think. Okay. Yes. There's another part that I need to come in before I get to this. This picture here, or not working rather, because they'll tell us, like I said, jobs. Yeah, we're gonna get back to the numbers here in a minute. But first, here's another issue. Well, man, black folks ain't going to no Donald Trump, but black folks are about this immigration because that is a problem. So you guys, and still, like I said, again, this is the title of this broadcast. Trump found guilty. Now let's talk about reparations. Look at the caption. Folks, if anyone is wondering whether your vote matters, remember this. Because Black Americans voted, I am president. Kamala Harris is a historic vice president, and Donald Trump is a loser. And with that being said, the couch might end up being the answer. You know? Because at the end of the day, y'all ain't showing us the due. You're not giving us our proper due respect here. So, yeah. Couch 2024. No tangibles, no vote. No black agenda, no vote. You guys stood up for me and had my back, and I'll have yours with a knife in it. So here's part of that knife. And then people say, you guys are sounding xenophobic. Remember who was the main cheerleaders for getting rid of affirmative action? Chinese folks. After having an Asian hate crime bill, what did they do? They felt themselves and said, we're going to align with these supremacists and start getting out here talking crazy about black folks. All that fake BS. Here's the truth of the matter. Out of these illegals that have shown up into this country, while America has issues with China, 30,000 illegals from China have entered into this country. Let's see how Joe Biden's administration is tackling this challenge.
Our Bill Malugin has got more for us. Bill, what can you tell us about a special interest alien?
Well, John,
Special interest
illegal
alien
immigrants who are coming from countries that pose potential national security concerns to the United States. And Border Patrol says they've now encountered tens of thousands of them in recent months. The U.S. Border Patrol chief just reported yesterday that agents have already apprehended more than 52,000 of these special interest aliens just since the fiscal year began on October 1st. And listen to this, almost 90% of them were encountered in the busy San Diego sector. That's where Fox News was reporting from last week as groups of men from special interest countries like Pakistan, China, Iran, and Turkey were crossing illegally right in front of our cameras in the middle of the night. CBP sources tell Fox News this is a breakdown of the top 4 special interest aliens encountered in San Diego sector since October 1st. More than 30,000 Chinese, more than 7,800 Turkish, over 4,000 from Mauritania, and nearly 3,000 from Uzbekistan.
If you are a black person saying that Trump is worse than anything you ever seen, let me remind you, or let me let you in on a little secret because you haven't been paying attention. This graphic on your screen that you are seeing is by design of the Democratic Party. And I guess this is a perfect way to segue to the photo I'm talking about. Shout out to Sandy Darity and his crew. This is an anti-black agenda. Why? To maintain the disparity of wealth in this country. To get away from, see, you're overloading the system to say, well, see, look at all of these people we have here now. We can't possibly afford reparations now. Setting the record straight on racial wealth inequality. This table is from 2016, 2019 to 2022. The SCF median wealth of black and white households. In 2016, the first group, because this is income by quintiles, so I guess within these income brackets is how they're judging, how they're labeling these here. So in 2016, you have $14,961 for white households to $3,712 per black household. The second, $92,898 to $16,922. That is a huge disparity. Now, see, for a black person that feel like they might be doing a little better or a little more well off, we'll look at the third number, the third line. $140,358 to a $38,457. And don't let these folks see this is happening throughout, and it's been going on. Another reason for reparations. Because if we're all doing the same jobs, we're all at work, how is it that the income gap is so drastic? $140,000 to $38,000. Wow. The next four, that is $265,051 to $98,000. So you're still 90. They're almost to $300,000, and you're just cracking. You haven't even cracked 100. And on the fifth, $1,204,633 to $328,447. Man, you cannot be serious. And then look at 2019 though. Well, no, first let's go back down. Working class. Let's look at the work that panel B down there. Let's just stay right there real quick. 329,680 to 53,504. Now that's what you call working class. These people are supposed to be in the same so-called class. So when they talk about classism, this is supposed to be representative of the same class. How do you have such a disparity in that same class? Then you go down to let's see, professional, managerial class, working class. So the top was managerial class or professional. And even still, that's a gross disparity. 329,000 to 53. And then for working class, so your blue collar everyday stiff that you wonder, hey, we work the same job. He don't do nothing more than I do, but he got this big old house and a brand new truck. Well, it's because his income is $116,000, almost $117,000 to your $17,588. So he has a $100,000 head start. And then here's our problem. We'll have a bunch of these talking head black people get out here and start saying, hey, black women are the disparity between black women's wealth and white men's wealth is this and that. That is a stupid conversation to be having, because we are talking about household wealth, and household wealth, you have a whole community being framed out of the equation. And it is absolutely treacherous and treasonous to be talking with these type of numbers, to be talking anything else outside of togetherness and reparations, because you need to keep your families intact. How the hell, if that is a whole family number, how on earth can single women survive while they're telling you to be independent? Now look at your screen. 30 freaking thousand people illegal from China, while they got weather balloons and some more over here. Not to mention America's in debt to China over $3 trillion. Turkey. Some other folks you don't really want to piss off. Almost 8,000 people in the country illegally. And those people, probably strong chances, a lot of them are military trained. Mauritania and Uzbekistan. Well, probably, I don't know. You could be running the risk of somebody who's willing to put something in their shoe or put something on their shelf and go walk in somewhere and blow something up. Like we just saw Chase Bank blow up the other day. Did we not? Wait, let's hear more about these special interest aliens.
Border Patrol reported yesterday agents apprehended these 6 special interest alien men from Morocco at the New Mexico border, while Texas DPS reports their troopers just arrested these 2 Spanish-speaking Syrian men who crossed illegally near Eagle Pass. Both said they were trying to get to Houston and had been living in Venezuela.
We walked from Venezuela to Colombia, Nicaragua to Honduras, to Guatemala, Guatemala to Mexico, and Mexico to here.
And John, these special interest aliens are supposed to receive additional DHS vetting, but our contacts tell us that's very difficult. They are often coming from countries that don't share any records or databases with the U.S., so sometimes there's nothing to vet them against. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Bill Melugin.
Wow. That's all I can really say. Wow. MD Williams, man, good to see you in the house, man. Thank you for being here. Black first, brother. Whoo-wee. Y'all see this? This is why we need reparations. Anybody talking against this? And then you look at what Joe Biden has done. Look at what Joe Biden has done. You cannot argue with this. The numbers do not lie. This dude is no good for us, family. He has been a disaster for Black folks. And so, okay, you can say 2016, 2019. Oh, well, this is under Trump. No, this is up under the system of America. There was never, this disparity has never been addressed through any administration. Look down at the table, too. No high school diploma or GED. For a white person with no GED or diploma can still accumulate $72,800 in median wealth to a Black person's $5,707. Now, put that in perspective. The white person with no education makes more than the professional managerial class on table 1 on that panel B. And it has not changed. Matter of fact, it went down. Total non-housing wealth. Wow. 8,800. A homeless white person makes more. Am I reading this correct? I mean, don't let nobody ever come around you talking about, man, you guys don't need no reparation. This isn't about working harder. How the hell can a high school diploma, no diploma, no GED, how is this person making more than a professional manager? Almost $20,000 more at that. Do you see what? Don't let these folks tell you that they don't have $1 million worth of whiteness. Yes, the hell they do. Yes, the hell they do. Oh, man. Yeah, I hope y'all seeing. All right, this is what time it is, man. And so don't let these folks come around you start talking, what we need to do. See, you want the right-wing policies. Brother, sisters, this number don't come by way of one party's policies. This comes by way of not wanting to dismantle supremacy and replace it with justice. Anybody talking anything less to you is not talking for you. It will be the couch for president for me, unless you talk into those numbers for real, for real. No tangibles, no vote. No black agenda, no vote. Because we absolutely cannot go for more of this. And these are the numbers that Joe Biden can brag on. Today, the closest metric, 2022. Let's look at that working class line right there. Working class, 157,000 for white folk. 31,710. So roughly close to 32,000. Not even close. And there's no Democrat talking about this. You have some of these folks coming out here talking about how women aren't being done. This is telling you how black folks as an entire group are failing. We have no time for gender politics. We have no time for sexual preference politics. We only have time to get our reparations. And for all parties involved, I hope y'all can understand that. Because we don't have no time to be playing these games. These folks got an agenda to basically try to smoke screen our agenda. So we want that inconsistent in everything we do. And make sure that these folks learn. It's unfortunate. So I am going to do something here before we get out of here, because I'm sure that this video probably ain't gonna get monetized either. So we're just gonna do it like this. So last broadcast, I told y'all about my walking down memory lane with Joe Biden. Well, I figured we just gonna do one better this evening. And we just gonna play this on our good closeout. You already know what the intro sounds like. So this is looking back at Joe Biden.
I'm asking for you to remember that people, even Mom, would agree with me on that.
The Southern revolt against President Truman reaches its climax at Birmingham under the states' rights banner. Venerable Alfalfa Bill Murray comes out of retirement to join in the protest against the president's civil rights program. More than 6,000 flocked to the Rump Convention to select the presidential ticket. In the forefront of the move are Alabama and Mississippi delegates who bolted the Democratic National Convention at Philadelphia. 13 southern states are represented in the uproarious session which precedes the nomination of Governors Thurmond of South Carolina and Fielding Wright of Mississippi as party standard bearers. Governor Thurmond attacks the civil rights plank.
It simply means that it's another effort on the part of the president to dominate the country by force and to put into effect these uncalled for and these damnable proposals he has recommended under the guise of so-called civil rights. And I tell you, the American people from one side or the other had better wake up and oppose such a program. And if they don't, the next thing will be a totalitarian state in the...
Y'all hear how upset he is? This is Joe Biden's mentor. This is Joe Biden's mentor when he was a young man. Also, this man speaking, for those who are unaware, and for those who don't know, the man who's speaking, Strom Thurmond, the one who absolutely, you can hear it in his voice, hates black people. He is the co-author of the crime bill. This guy's the co-author of the crime bill. Joe Biden's crime bill that he's so proud of. This guy. He wrote it with this guy. Never forget that. So, policy though. But you think them Republicans? This is long-term anti-black planning. How we gonna get around this?
The United States.
There's not enough troops in the army to force the Southern people to break down segregation and admit the Negro race into our theaters, into our swimming pools, into our homes, and into our churches.
Kind of funny when you think about it, because Joe Biden is the one that didn't want his kids in the racial jungle, saying that in 1977. But look at his mentor, the guy whose eulogy he gave, because they were that close. That means that they share same ideologies. Well, we know Strom Thurmond's ideology against black folks never changed. He may have publicly denounced his former connections to the Klan. You mean to tell me because he did something for a political move, black folks are supposed to think anything? See, black folks should be smarter than this today. But we have a lot of these bootlicks and tethers coming over here, speaking in our spaces, trying to get folks to believe this dude ain't who he is. Yeah, this is Joe Biden. So for all of you, like I said, we're just going to go ahead and do this tonight. Authors of the 1994 crime bill. Anti-black since always.
Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing, because they...
Without any conscience developing. Is that describing a savage? These are American, and you. I hope you understand the age group to which he's referring to. It's subsequently the same age group that he's having such a hell of a time with convincing to get to the polls for him. I wonder why. Oh, yeah. Shout out Deja Taylor, who was smoking weed while applying for a gun in Maryland, or no, Virginia, which it's illegal to apply for a weapon in the state of Virginia, being on drugs. Funny thing about this story is the same thing that they put Deja Taylor away for, it's actually the same thing that Hunter Biden should be going away for, because he wasn't smoking weed. He actually is on video himself smoking crack. Go figure. Literally. So, I mean, you have the video evidence. Why not prosecute? That's hogwash. We ain't got no time. Let's listen to sassy head shaking wannabe Vicky Dillard, Jasmine Crockett. Y'all have y'all figured that out by now? I was telling y'all a while ago. She's doing the Vicky Dillard routine. That's what Jasmine Crockett is literally doing. She's taking what she... Okay, so what did she do? She takes something Tariq Nasheed actually had said, and then she puts it with the little spin on it. So she basically took Tariq and Vicky and said, I'm gonna be Jeremy Crockett, and y'all be watch me out here. And next thing she gonna be, mark my words, I would not be before too long seeing her out there in Congress with a gavel. I just got man. You don't think these people watch us? Y'all crazy? Yes, they do. Down to the least of us, and then some of y'all even that ain't even got videos or don't y'all don't do things. They paying attention to what you post. Folks know who you is. Better know it. Let's hear some more of this racist.
Literally, I yield myself 3 more minutes.
Of course you do.
Because they literally have not been socialized. They literally have not had an opportunity. We should focus on them now. If we...
Man, what did Simone Sanders say? It wasn't Joe Biden's crime bill that fund or fueled mass incarceration? Sounding to me like it did.
We don't, they will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now.
Oh, there it is. Some of them will become the predators 15 years from now. "15 years from 1994. "15 years from then was your so-called first black president, that first accomplishing year. With this dude as vice president. The irony of it. Then you have Trayvon Martin just a couple years later. Y'all think that maybe this and this energy fueling anti-black sentiment over all of these years perhaps could have inspired a George Zimmerman to stalk a teenage child, hunt down and gun down a high schooler with an iced tea and some Skittles in a gated community to which you had to have access to the gated community to even be there. Why would he need to call the cops when everybody in the gated community is part of an HOA? Then you have a BS district attorney under the same administration that he's the vice president of. Watch all of these black folks get no justice while he's the vice president. He's watched Tamir Rice get gunned down. He just gave $61 billion to law enforcement. Going back from 1994. When has this dude been different now? I'm just confused. Just asking for sanity's sake. Does anybody know when this man has stopped being this? Because we're talking about what he's doing now with policy. Pretty much the same guy.
And Madam President, we have predators on our streets.
These people on, they are often connected to big drug cartels.
Now remember, in 2016, us Negroes had messed all of it up for Hillary because we were telling people not to vote. Why?
They are not just gangs of kids anymore. They are often the kinds of kids that are called super predators. No conscience, no empathy. We can talk about why they ended up that way, but first we have to bring them to heel.
Under the leadership
We got to bring them to heel. So let's not even worry about why they are in the condition they're in. Yeah, screw all that. Like, we completely put them in this position by targeting, right? Because somebody understands base salaries, and they understand these numbers and understand how things work. So they know what poverty brings. It's very clear. So does Joe Biden. So did Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton lost. After them DNC emails came out, when she still basically has the same sentiment for black folks. And that is what the organization of the Democratic Party still holds dear. Benign neglect against us.
Leadership of Senator Thurman and
But no. Let me point this out. Benign neglect against us, but targeting us for legislative harm.
Under the leadership of Senator Thurman, and I'd like to suggest that I take some small credit for it myself as well, and others, the presiding officer, that there's now a death penalty. And we passed it a couple years ago. If you are a major drug dealer involved in the trafficking of drugs and murder results in your activities, you go to death. And
yeah, you go to death. That's what you get. You're going to go to death from drug offenses because it resulted in murder. There's a case right in my neck of the woods where this guy over in Washington was breaking into somebody's home. He was breaking into a police officer's home. Him and the police officer got to tussle. Some point, his wife called police. Police show up to the house. I guess they're still tussling. Police don't shoot the intruder. They actually shoot the police officer and end up killing him. Now, as it turns out, they started charging the white assailant, the intruder. They charged him with the police officer's murder because they are saying, although the police that showed up on scene executed their own, this man's stab wound to the police officer would have killed him had not been for the police executing mistakenly because of their own incompetence. But they're not held liable for his death. This man's going to away for murder because his wound on the cop would have killed him had it not been for the ignorant, dumb deputy cops that executed their own. Because clearly he had to be the assailant because the other man was white. Tell you, I come from the University of White Supremacy, family. And with that being said, that's why we have to stay on top of these things. We really have to stay on top of this stuff. Because at the end of the day, these folks know the playing field that they have put us in. They are well aware of the circumstance that they have put black folks in. So I don't want y'all to ever think that these people really give a crap about black folks. They do not. And so with that being said, there was one I guess I'll do that here because it kind of is applicable to this situation. I don't know where some of these folks come from with some of these videos. But there was something I saw online that I want to address. Now I showed you the numbers of the black median income versus and white income disparity. And one of my points was the disillusion that black families are not a necessity. Well, they're looking at households and why? Because when you're running around there by yourself, you're vulnerable. So they are not pressing you on building your own community, which your own community begins at home. So with that being said, this woman was a wife, but clearly wasn't ready to be. And so I just wanted to leave y'all with this little video. Well, I'm going to give my commentary on it, but I just needed to show y'all this mess.
And he was like, babe, I lost my job. I'm like, all right, cool. So a month later, like the bills, it was time for the bills or whatever, and I'm like, the bills due, babe, or whatever. And he was like, okay, I'm not working. And I'm just in a month, like it's all kind of hustles. You could have been doing something or whatever. So I told him, I said, look, if I pay these bills, are you going to pay me the money back? This man had the nerve to tell me, why should I pay my wife back for paying our bills? I told this man from day one, my money is my money and his money is our money. Why should I spend my money?
Now, if that's true, number one, he was stupid and a fool for even allowing that, because men hold the keys and the reins to marriage. She can get dated, and she can take plenty of dates. But if she tells a man this story on what happened with his scenario, the story gets worse. But I'm just starting right here with a sign of a bad person. Not saying that, oh yeah, you're talking about in a month. Woman, there was a whole shutdown. So this I'm like, yeah, this might be a skit. It might not. But for all intents and purposes, I just wanted to just go through this real quick because this is a marking and making of a bad person. The whole, well, I told him when we got together, your money's my money and my money is my money. That's an old kind of joke and trope, whatnot. But nobody's, if you're in a real true marriage, I don't think you're moving like that.
Money paying the bills. Like, no, he should have paid me back. So that's when I decided, like, I can't be with this man no more. So I had sex with his homeboy. Like, we all cool. I texted his homeboy or whatever. We went together. We left. I met up with him. And we was.
Let's first off address this. First thing she do at the first opportunity was text his homeboy. She didn't go to none of her people. She texted her man, her husband's people. Uh-huh.
We was chilling, we would drink or whatever, and I started venting.
Number one, again, like I said, if this is true, any man doing this is a dirty macker. Because number one, he shouldn't even have been meeting with her. Number two, I don't even understand why y'all communicating like that on that level. That don't make no sense. And if you ain't communicating on the husband's behalf, I don't get what's happening. That's out of order. And so, ladies, For those of y'all who hold on to mentalities like this is the poster child of how you will die alone. Because, see, people don't tell you about this type of stuff and these mentalities out here, which, you know, she's not a rarity not by a long shot.
Like, I started getting emotional. One thing led to the next. I did not purposely mean to do what I did with this.
Yeah,
but things happen. Things happen. Like, y'all don't understand what I'm going.
No, you a grown woman texting your husband's friend. That's messy, trifling, and dirty. And it shows that you were never able to be trusted. Fellas, when you see this type of behavior, just because you over there laying up with it, don't mean that that person ain't like this. An unfortunate circumstance, too often, some brothers will get caught up in scenarios with individuals like this and be like, well, man, you know, she doing me this right, blah, 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 blah. That's how she doing him. This woman just told you while she was married, she went and slept with her husband's friend because he was out of work for a month. This is a horrible human being, and her logic is flawed. However, this is what's being promoted. This has been promoted for like the last 20 years. Think of all the Maury shows where women take 13 dudes up on stage, and she's so certain that each one of them is for certain, without a shadow of a doubt, her baby's daddy. And then when they find out that all 13 ain't the father, she runs off stage, and no one that makes her or holds her accountable for the lives that she's messing with and the mess that she's causing with other folks. Why? Because accountability obviously isn't in this lady's understanding. I say lady loosely.
Going through. So, you know, his friend ended up giving me some money or whatever. And he was like, you know, babe, look, don't worry about it. Handle whatever you got to handle. Like.
So you hoed with his friend. You went and slept with the man for money because you was a hoe. And as soon as your husband was in a position, you didn't hold him down. You went to hoeing. Fellas, y'all got to watch out for these dick hoppers. There's a lot of these dick hoppers out there on Twitter. Some of y'all been caught up with them too. But I'm saying, this mentality don't move. You see somebody else get burnt, oh, you just gonna be next. Just saying. And understand, a person, she's confident in the mess she's saying. It makes sense to her. That logic makes sense to her. There's individuals out here just like this.
His friend was every single thing I desire in a man. Like, everything I desire in a man. And, you know, ain't nobody trying to hear my side. Ain't nobody trying to hear.
Ain't nobody trying to hear my side. Hell no. For all intents and purposes, you would be considered to be a homewrecker. You wrecked your own home, but hell, it is what it is. Affectionate Earth, shout out to you. I thank you for being here. Black first. Oh, wow. Yeah. Lesson of the day. When you see what people are, especially when you are able to see what is out there that someone else could be experiencing with people, a lot of people be like, well, this is going to be different with me. One thing to keep in mind, especially when you guys get out here and start getting a little on the judgmental end, or maybe kind of high-mindedness. When you start combing through moral fibers of anyone else, before you start, make sure you take a good stern look in the mirror and make sure that those moral fibers that you want to comb through somebody else ain't the lint and dust on your own jacket. Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. Let it fall and let us rise. Can you dig it? Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, we have came back to the end of another week. And a quick announcement. Not sure if there will be a live next week, but there will be videos. There will be videos posting next week. Just not certain if I'm going to do a live or not, because next week is my birthday week. So doing my birthday week, I'm going to be doing the family birthday thing. Birthday. So, who knows? Like I said, there will be videos, of course, airing throughout the week. I just don't know if there will be a live video next week. So hopefully y'all, enjoyed this. And like I said, I hope you guys are enjoying the new format as well. Moonrise, thank you for being here. Black First. The Democrats have a lot of nerve demanding that we vote for them when they know good and damn well they've done nothing to earn our votes. FBA deserves so much more than what we're getting. Facts. Absolutely facts. Wait. What'd you say, brother? Really? Well, man, I'm sorry you had to go through that, brother, but, good and shout out to you for lightening your load. Ooh-wee. Man. Yeah, man, salute to you, brother. Congratulations. Getting away from that monster. Damn, and thank you for the birthday wishes. Appreciate it. Man, yeesh. I extricated myself. Man, telling you, boy. Run. Remember those videos, the pranks, little music, run. Man. Yeah, that type of mentality right there ain't good. And there's a lot of these folks out here. Like I said, there's some of everybody. There's a little bit of everything out here. So just be mindful. That's all I can say. Now, with Trump being convicted, I don't necessarily think that will affect the election either way. Either way, for most of us, it's an irrelevant point. Even if you take him off the ballot, there is still a solid contender in the mix. There's a very solid contender in the mix. And what this contender is tied to? A black agenda. And so when you see that this contender is actually getting tangible votes, when you see non-committals and all of this, oh man, yeah, things are changing. No tangibles, no vote, no black agenda, no vote. Or it's going to be couch for president 2024. Why, you say? Well, because we understand Ukraine is not our responsibility, and nor are these illegals. However, when you're dealing with financial disparities and wealth gaps between us and everybody else in this country, especially white folks, because let's keep it a buck. At this stage in the game, white people aren't even at the top of that list. The Indians are. Asians. So we consider, oh man, we need to worry about. No, you don't. You don't need to worry about nobody else's agenda. But we need to worry about these folks over here. We need to worry about Ukraine. We need to worry about Taiwan. We need to worry about what's China. Look at South Korea. They getting bags of doo-doo dumped on them from Kim Jong-un. I mean, we need to be worried about these people. So if you can't comprehend standing on your square about this black agenda and fixing our condition, and you just simply want to be a boot-licking shield, well, we already know that everybody ain't going to make it. Some of y'all just going to sleep for good.
But I'm telling you, as a psychologist, I'm not going to be able to psychologize all of them on the corner. Some of them going to sleep for good.
And in lieu of that fact, I speak for myself. Beatzilla PDX official. The Beatzilla PDX official show. Those of you in the chat, the grassroots, the voices of new black media. I'm pretty sure I speak for all parties involved when I say we proudly dedicate this song to all of you boot-licking lost shills who believe reparations should not be our main focus now in 2024.
Get up off of that cocaine and get up off of that crack. Get yourself together and get your mind back.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, always remember. Where'd that go? There it go. Hold on, something's missing here. Something's missing here. So, oh, wow, what happened? They're fooling with my studio. That's weird. Ah, there it is. That was strange. Hashtag, hands off our reparations.
You have no rights here. We're not under the empire.
Yes, indeed, family. So I hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Like I said, I hope you guys are enjoying the format change of this channel, going into more videos and shorter videos to be able to cover specific topics, which I enjoy doing. That way we could really just hone in on one specific thing, unlike what the lives usually are, which we jump over topics, which we've kind of even scaled that back as well to kind of talking about a topic, maybe just a little longer than the other videos, because of course this now is about to be over 2 hours. But with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in, spending this evening with me. You could be anywhere, but you were choosing to be here. And I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. Also, I appreciate you who are part of the replay gang. Absolutely appreciate y'all. Shout salute to you. And make sure you comment, because you couldn't be here in live. So make sure you comment. Let me know you was here. And, again, just salute to everybody who supports the black grassroots, supports the new black media, and just supports black folks in general. Because we have not had this medium before, to be able to get our messages and our points and our combative messages against false narratives out there like now. So now, unlike any other time before, we are always able to respond quickly. Sometimes we're ahead of the game, and that's a great thing. You know what I'm saying? So again, round of applause to all of you. Salute and shout out to all of the family out there. Appreciate each and every one of you. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours. And with that being said, family, keep your 3 smooth stones at the ready and keep your slingshot nearby. Stay black, stay vigilant, stay alive. Black first, black first, black first. Shalom, y'all. Have a great, blessed weekend.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir. You don't have to kill him, no. The stone of truth. Yes. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.